Hey y'all, what's going on? Long time no see, right? We are here for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 6, episode 12, I believe that we're on. We picked up right where we left off from the last episode, which was, C's bringing Carly bringing C's to her grand opening to try to make Jock jealous or whatever. But Jock don't give a fuck for real. He cool with it or whatever. He was like, C's, you my boy or whatever, but I'm gonna give this shit 90 days or whatever so you can see what type of bullshit I done went through with this bitch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Carly, she calls Melissa over, because she has a problem with Melissa bringing Estelita to, the grand opening and everything. She's like, look, I just got back cool with this bitch Jocelyn, and I know how she is about Stevie J's artist or whatever, this, that, and the third, and I don't want no parts of that bullshit. And Melissa was like, don't worry about it. It's all on me. Like, everything is cool or whatever. So, Estelita, she says that she tells Carly, I'm all about support of, ladies and this, that, and the third, especially if they are of a certain age. And she was like, can I get a discount for maybe 30 or 50% or whatever? Melissa sees that the shit about to go left, so she hits a right and takes, Estelita to look at some of the clothes or whatever. And, Estelita, she is kind of like annoying because it's like, girl, you just came up here, you need to like slow your roll. But at the same time, Carly did come at her, kind of wrong, sitting up, kind of throwing shade every time they said something about her. It kept on saying, interesting, you know what I'm saying? So I can't be too mad. But anyways, let's move on to Rashida. Now y'all know I'm like everybody else. I get so tired to talk about this shit with Kirk and Rashida because it's some bullshit, okay? So she didn't go to the grand opening because she knew certain people was going to be there, and I guess that certain person was Jocelyn, but Jocelyn didn't even come. So I mean, she could have came, but whatever. So anyways, she still feels some type of way about Jocelyn putting her marital issues on blast or whatever. And it's like, once again, Rashida, we knew way before the show came back on about this shit. So like, she wasn't saying nothing new. Like, I mean, but anyway, so this random dude, he comes in to see Rashida, and it's the dude that we've been hearing about in the blogs named Logan, that's supposed to be Jasmine's ex of 10 or 11 years or something like that. So, he's pretty much telling her that, I could possibly be the father of the baby. She had lied and told me that she had got an abortion or whatever, but then I see that there's a baby out there and it might be mine. You know what I mean? And, Rashida is like, well, what makes you want to come and tell me this or whatever? And he's like, because I want to know if this is my child or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he's, pretty much giving the rundown of him and Jasmine's relationship or whatever. And he's like, Jasmine got mad about me being in a new relationship or whatever, so that's probably why she told me that she got an abortion and everything. And he's like, my dad's name is Cannon as well or whatever. The baby's name is Cannon. So he, just so happens to have the death certificate of his father on file to prove that his father's name is Cannon as well. I said, I ain't got time for Mona and her shenanigans today, okay? So anyways, he says that he's going to take the DNA test to see whether or not he's the child's father. But if you guys have been paying attention to the blogs, it already came out at the reunion that he ain't the pappy. So, yeah, whatever. Anyways, moving on from that, we are on the Jamaica trip. Actually, it's just Carly and Mimi for right now. They came a day early. Mimi doesn't know that Carly wanted them to come a day early so she could try to get shit squashed between her and Melissa, before the trip really starts, and they end up ruining the trip with petty bullshit. So they meet up with Carly's friend, who's a reggae artist named Spice, And you know, they in the car and they all turned up or whatever. And Mimi is like, you know, I ain't thinking about Melissa, I ain't thinking about Stevie, I ain't thinking about Jocelyn, and how, you know, everybody else don't need to think about their man problems or whatever. And she's talking about, you know, we all just need to woo-sa. I said yes, especially you, Mimi, because the way you be getting mad sometimes, I be feeling like you about to have a heart attack, about to pop a blood vessel. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, we get Tammy. She's at her house. She's packing for the trip or whatever. Daddy's back. Walker, he's back home or whatever. And she, you know, she says that she took her vows for better or for worse or whatever. So, you know, whatever on that situation, because I mean, it just couldn't have been me. Okay, you know, a repeated offender. But I mean, you know, it is what it is with their situation. So, but anyways, he's still on probation or whatever. He's trying to bring his clothes into, you know, her room or whatever, and you know, he's sleeping on the couch for right now. And he realizes, you know, that she's been staying out late, you know, missing dinner or whatever, and you know, he's like, you know, what's up with that? Like, what's really good? You know what I'm saying? And she's telling him, you know, that, you know, I've been with some new friends or whatever. And he's like, oh, you know, with some other dude or something like that he was saying. And she was like, no, I just been in the studio with Rico Love for like, you know, an EP or whatever. And he was like, well, why didn't you tell me about this? And she's like, well, I mean, I wanted to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? And he wished she would have said something sooner. You know, he didn't know that she wanted to like really have a career in singing. And he listens to her song or whatever, and from what I heard, it was pretty cool. Tammy does have, you know, a pretty good voice. So yeah, it was pretty cool. He likes it. She was like, you know, she had Charlie or whatever back in the day, so she kind of, you know, put that on hold of being a singer, and then she got with Walker and saw how the music industry can be, so she, you know, kind of fell back a little bit. And you know, he wants to do this big grand thing for her to, you know, do the song or whatever. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm congested, I'm coming down with something. But anyway, so she was like, well, I don't know about all that, but we could do a little listening party or whatever after I come back from this girls trip. And he like, girls trip or whatever. And she was like, oh, I didn't tell you about that. But yeah, you know, all the girls, we gonna be there or whatever. And you know, it's gonna be like Stella got her groove back and this, that, and the third. And he like, oh, so you gonna get you some Jamaican man, huh? Because that's what, you know, Angela Bassett did in the movie or whatever. And she was like, no, that's how she did it. You know, I'm getting my groove back in a different way. And I felt Tammy or whatever. I like that little interaction between them. I mean, it's like, Walker, you better not cheat on that girl again. You best to not cheat on that girl again, okay? And she done took you back so many times. But anyway, so we get Rashida again, and this time she's meeting up with Kandi Burruss from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And you know, she's pretty much telling her about, you know, the conversation that she had with Logan. And Kandi is like, I mean, why don't you just talk to this girl? Like saying what everybody else been saying. Why don't you just talk to this girl? Like, you don't want to hear what she got to say? And Rashida is like, you know, no, I don't believe anything that comes out of this bitch's mouth. And I'm like, so you believe what the hell your lying husband got to say though? Okay, I mean, you know, whatever. So anyways, she feels like everything that she sees from Jasmine is like, you know, is a scheme or whatever, or like a scam. And I'm like, what do you mean everything that you've seen from her? You ain't even met the girl. So like I didn't understand. I didn't understand at all. But anyway, so you know, Kandi is like, well, why haven't we gotten this DNA test to dead this shit already? And Rashida is like, I told Kirk several times or whatever, this, that, and the third, and he just won't do it. Kandi, she's irked by the whole situation. You know, like Kandi just had like, you know, like the fuck it face, like I'm over this shit, you know what I'm saying? And Kandi is like, well, so what if it is his? You know, Rashida is like, you know, she don't know if she could stay with him pretty much, but it's like, girl, please, you gonna stay with him. So whatever. Anyways, Rashida talking about some, she not sure she gonna go on the Jamaica trip or whatever, and I'm like, Candy, I'm like, girl, you gonna miss out on a Mona Scott Young paid trip because of this milk dud head. Okay, Candy ain't say all that, but you know, she did say, you know, why would you allow him to, you know, stop your fun or whatever. So we already know Rashida gonna go or whatever, you know, we'll get to that. But anyway, so we're back in Jamaica. Carly and Mimi, they go to a dinner or whatever, and Mimi, she's like, why is there a third chair here or whatever. You know, Carly is like, oh, well, maybe they did it by mistake or whatever, but it's really for Melissa. You know, Carly tells Mimi about what she did at the grand opening, you know, with Jock and having C's there and everything. And, you know, Mimi is like, you're dating C's now? And, you know, she feels like he's a ladies' man and, you know, whatever. Carly, she really thinks she did something special with this whole Jock situation. Anyway, so then she tells her about Estelita and how she got a smart ass mouth and how she wanted to punch her in it or some shit like that. I said, Carly girl, you ain't gonna do shit, okay? So you just cut that shit right there. So, you know, Mimi tells about Stevie J and how, you know, he finally came around to tell her that, you know, the baby is his, and how, you know, he told Eva about it. And, you know, Mimi encourages, you know, Eva to have a relationship with her sister, but she doesn't want Jocelyn once again around her daughter. Okay? Like, y'all know how it is with Mimi. So yeah, she don't want, we already know that she does not want Jocelyn around her daughter. So anyways, Carly tells, you know, about Dime and Melissa pretty much, you know, getting her to be cool with Jocelyn again. And, you know, Mimi is like, I thought Carly had learned her lesson from when she hit her with them flowers or whatever, but I guess not or whatever. And finally Melissa shows up. And, you know, Mimi's, you know, whole demeanor just changes. You know, Melissa like, dang girl, smile. Like, I want you to smile when you see me, not looking like that. You know what I'm saying? And Mimi expresses how she feels about, you know, Melissa hanging out with Jocelyn or whatever. And ooh, I know y'all can't see me with this, but anyways, I'm sorry y'all. So Melissa is like, look, it's never no disrespect towards you when I'm hanging around her or whatever, this, that, and third. Mimi is not trying to hear Melissa or whatever, and it's just like, I understand why Mimi is mad with Jocelyn. I completely understand. She accused Stevie J of molesting Eva. And then I also heard that it is going to come out at the reunion that Jocelyn called CPS on Mimi because she felt like Eva wasn't in a safe environment or something like that. And that, if that is the case, Jocelyn, that's real fucked up. That's really taking shit too far. So yes, Mimi has every right to not like Jocelyn, but Mimi, you are 40 something years old. You need to get the fuck over it. You cannot sit up here and be mad and try to dictate who the fuck somebody hangs around. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get more into that, you know, a little later. So anyways, Mimi feels like that Melissa is trying to recruit people to be cool with Jocelyn again. And, you know, Melissa is like, that's only if, you know, these people want to, you know, pretty much return the same mutual feeling of being cool with Jocelyn again. She ain't putting no gun to their head and nothing like that, or trying to force no shit. So, you know, Melissa knows that Mimi's situation is deeper with Jocelyn than any of the rest of them girls, so she would never try to get Mimi to be cool with Jocelyn like that again. You know what I'm saying? And Mimi, she's not budging at all. You know, she's like, I can't be cool with somebody that's cool with Jocelyn or whatever, this, that, and the third. But then she excuses Carly for being cool with Jocelyn because she feels like Carly is gullible or whatever. But it's different pretty much with Melissa. And Melissa is really trying to reason with Mimi. She really does, you know, she really does seem sincere. But, you know, she's like, fuck it, I'm not going to force it, and she leaves. So anyways, Melissa kind of reminds me of Riley from the Boondocks for some reason. I don't know why. But I guess maybe the braids, I don't know. But anyway, so we get Waka, Jock, Dime's boo Sean and Kirk. They're playing basketball. So they find, Kirk finds out that Dime is dating Sean or whatever, and Sean brings up Carly. I think Sean was the one who brought up Carly's grand opening or whatever, and Jock is telling them about I was kind of, kicking it with, Tommy a little bit, what I'm saying? It won't nothing serious. And then Carly, she decides, for a get back, she want to come in with C's from Black Ink and, whatnot. So, Kirk, they get on Kirk's situation. He's still trying to figure shit out or whatever, and he tells them that him and Rashida are not in the same house. Walker, they get on him. Walker is like, hey, at least I'm on the sofa, what I'm saying? Y'all in separate houses, but at least I'm kind of getting out the doghouse now. You know what I'm saying? But Walker proceeds to tell them about the girls' trip to Jamaica, and Jock is like, yo, y'all want to crash this shit or whatever? And Jock is well, Kirk is not too sure about, if Rashida wants to see him or not. He done already crashed one trip that she was on or whatever, this, that, and the third. Jock was like, get your wife back or whatever. Like, once again, Kirk is taking advice from motherfuckers that ain't married. Oh, I'm sorry, this particular situation, Walker is also married, but his shit ain't all the way right either. So, whatever. So, anyways, just a bunch of clowns. Anyway, so we're back in Jamaica. They're doing like a photo shoot, and for with Tammy's swimwear or whatever. Carly, she's telling Tammy about C's or whatever, and she's like, but I'm not fucking him though or whatever. Okay, Carly. So anyways, Dime walks up with Melissa. Tammy is not pleased to see Dime. She didn't know Dime was coming or whatever. Tammy explains the situation from her point of view. She says that somebody attacked her daughter for having pink hair, and I think I remember seeing that a couple of years back. But I could have sworn Dime said something about them being in the DM or whatever, unless Dime didn't just tell the whole situation. But from Tammy's point of view, Tammy is saying that, somebody attacked her daughter on Instagram, about her having pink hair in her head. And Tammy is like, her response was, I think it is appropriate for a little girl to have colored hair, but not no grown-ass woman. And, I guess Dime took it to heart, thinking that Tammy was like just singling her out as if she's the only bitch that wears like colored hair. Like, girl, please. So anyways, Dime, she's talking, and she was like, I never disliked you, Tammy, or whatever, but I thought you was just trying to be funny at the wine tasting or whatever because of that situation when we got into it about the hair. And, I might have took things the wrong way, and if I did, I apologize. So Tammy apologizes to, for snapping back, but she like, bitch, you come for me, I'm coming for you or whatever. So they laughing about that. Then they get back on the Melissa and Mimi situation. And, Mimi is like, Melissa, she's like, bitch, look, I fuck with you regardless of whether you don't fuck with me or not, whatever. And Dime is like, because, they know it's because of, Jocelyn or whatever as to why, Mimi doesn't fuck with Melissa. And Dime is like, well, bitch, does that apply to me too? And, and Carly as well, because, we cool with her at this point or whatever. And Mimi is like, so everybody is just jumping on the Jocelyn train. And Dime is like, girl, no. Listen, I'm in another place in my life now. I just don't have time for the BS to be going back and forth or whatever, this, that, and the third. I'm just at least trying to be cordial with the girl. And it's just like, yeah, I get it. I get, what Dime is saying or whatever. It's just that when that situation happened with her and Tommy, I did see Tommy's point of view of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Dime do seem like she just kind of be all over the place sometimes. So that's why I kind of understood where Tommy was coming from in her situation with Dime. But yeah, all in all, it's like, be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. Just make sure if two people don't like each other, you don't sit up here and talk about that person to that person and vice versa. But anyway, so So yeah, it definitely is a double standard when it comes to Melissa, and it's very clear that there's definitely more to it when it comes to Melissa than Mimi is trying to put on. So anyways, Mimi, she explains the other issue, and she was like that, yeah, you know, Melissa, like, what is this about you blurting out that we had relations or whatever? And Melissa is like, yes, I blurted it out to Arian or whatever. I shouldn't have did it. I apologize. I sincerely apologize or whatever. Rashida, she shows up just in the nick of time for them to get off the subject. So Rashida, she tells them about the situation with Logan or whatever, and Kirk doesn't know about it yet. So later on that night, you know, Spice, they go to see Spice, and she's performing or whatever. She calls Carly up on stage and everything, and Carly all up on the floor, you know, shaking or attempting to shake her rump, because won't nothing really shaking, to be quite honest. But yeah, you know, she's turned or whatever. Then they all at the table, you know, talking, having a good time. The next thing you know, Jock shows up with Treasure P, and Dime was the one to spot him out. And Carly is like, why would you come here to ruin our trip or whatever? And that's where it leaves off at. Yo, next week's episode look like it's gonna be some shit. And yeah, because I don't like Treasure. I don't like Treasure. So yeah, we just gonna have to wait till next week. But you guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.